Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So once we get connected with our other students, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. So in case if you can't hear the sound, just be silent and let your body to settle down itself. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, let's take few minutes to understand how this kind of practice can help for us for our day-to-day activities, and at the same time, how we can use this understanding or the wisdom to develop our spiritual practice. So especially when it comes to meditation, it doesn't mean you bringing something from outside to your mind. So the meditation means it's a kind of like a purification of our own inner behavior. So it's like we taking out things from us. So our body and mind in a current, in a process to keep go with habits. So practicing give us an opportunity to break down from that habits or withdraw from that habits. And not only that, and deeply understand how things come to be as they are. Because once you have that understanding, your mind gain the wisdom, and out of that wisdom, you can have the peace, you can have the tranquility state, and the mind will settle down with the wisdom, not anywhere else. So when it comes to our day-to-day life, we always go with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind experience, following form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. And when it comes to that, our ideas, thoughts, patterns, believings, the things we learn, culture, traditions, believings, our visions, we all bring together and interfere with our knowledge, interfere with our knowing in the moment. So just imagine when you see something in that very moment, that knowing happens, and to that knowing, you bring that conscious Lord, your memory, and put on it and evaluate. So because of that, we create many things. In a certain way, in the modern world, we can use this, in the conventional world, we can use this as a kind of like a creativity. But when it comes to that creativity, there is a positive creativity and there is a negative creativity. So the positive creativity come out of your awareness and how to find the path to be free and how to find the path yourself to get out of a difficulty or situation. So the negative creativity depend on the greed, hatred, or the delusion. It always take you to another difficulty. So when it comes to practice meditation, what we do as an exercise from the beginning, we observe our inhalation, exhalation. And when it comes to that observation, there is a method that you have to practice. It calls simply bare knowing. Simply bare knowing means a state of pure, unadulterated awareness, a direct and immediate experience of reality without the interference of thoughts and judgments or interpretation. So without mixing ideas, without interfering to it, you directly be with the moment of experience, bare knowing. So with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So whatever the perception arise, try to practice this. Simply bare knowing. And then you will see how much we have these habitual patterns to interference with the ideas, with the preconditioned mind. But when it comes to the very nature, very reality of the world, that if you are capable to see things as it is, you become more wiser. You gain more wisdom than through your thinking mind. So, once upon a time, there was a smuggler called Nasruddin. And so he used to cross the border with the donkey. So the custom officer always checked the Nasruddin and the donkey, and he couldn't find anything. But sometimes they get a kind of like a news. So the Nasruddin always stealing something and try smuggling. But the custom officer always check, and he very will know this Nasruddin because he always pass this borderline. And somehow, after a few years, the custom officer retired, and then one day he met the Nasruddin. And then they had, now they are friends, and so they having a conversation. Remember, I know you that time, you always used to cross the border. So the Nasruddin told, yeah, I know you. And the officer told, by the way, we always got a news that about you, you are smuggling something. But we couldn't find it. So can you tell me really what you took from this side to other side? So the Nasruddin told, nothing but donkeys. See that it was visible. But the custom office always look into something very special, hide something, hide. And because of that, this visible thing, he couldn't notice. Even though he saw it, he couldn't understand. The same thing sometimes happen to us when we practice meditation. So we just want to observe the inhalation, exhalation. But when we focus to inhalation, exhalation, most of time we have difficulty to settle down with it. Why? Because our mind has a nature to look something special. Oh, you practice meditation. I practice meditation. It cannot be kind of like a very normal. And we especially look into things. And sometimes because of that, what in front of us, we're not going to see. So the simply bare knowing means without put that kind of interest or interference, you just simply recognize what is arise. When we do this, sometimes our mind get agitated. Why? Because we always like to be excited. We always like to be special. We always go for something make us more high. We are very, very far away from just being simple or being normal, being natural. So that's why, remember, when it comes to practice meditation, just try to develop your bare knowing. And to develop that skill, so you have to practice it. Otherwise, we can't do it. So because our cankers, mental formations, our habitual patterns, our behavior push us to make it special. We are always waiting to be surprised. We become happy, not just being. We want to be happy, being special. So that is our behavior. Because of that, we always into things. And that's why you have to practice now to go back to your natural rhythm. So when it comes to that, the one of the major important thing that you have to do when you practice meditation, don't be hurried. So then it's going to become a mental skill, and at the same time, it's going to come through your day-to-day life also. Don't be hurried. So when the mind starts to push you, learn to step back, step back. So that is the first skill that you have to develop when you observe inhalation, exhalation. Learn to slow down. From the beginning, not too much, for a certain level. And the second step that you have to develop, when you observe inhalation, exhalation, not to be too close, not to be too far. So when you become too closer to your inhalation, exhalation, your mind going to become busy, you get tired, and you give up your practice. When you become too far from the mental object, then you miss the opportunity to observe the object, and then something else going to overtake your mind, and then maybe sometimes lethargic, lazy, the sleepy mind going to be there. So that's why from the beginning, don't be too close or don't be too far from the mental object. And the next one is expand the duration. Try to continue consistency. In one session, 5 minutes, okay. Try to stay 5 minutes there. Don't break down it. So when it comes to that, increase the energy and be with it and continue. So once you develop the ability to simply bear knowing, and now you not hurry, and it allows you to settle down, not too close, not too far from the mental object, and you start to continue the duration, expand the duration to be in the mental object. So that will help you to develop the continuous mindfulness. That is the next skill that you gain. So the first level, first time, you just simply know, and then now you continue your mindfulness. So when it comes to continue your mindfulness, so it's important to know that whatever you observe, whatever that directly you recognize, so anything related to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, whatever the perception arising simultaneously and spontaneously. It's not once a while. So there's a continuation, connection within the subject and object, or the knowing and what you know. Subject and object. There is a continuation. At the same time, it not later or it not before. Arising and knowing happens together. That is where that you recognize through this continuous mindfulness that your life is like a river related to many causes and conditions around us. These names and forms arise continuously, simultaneously, spontaneously. And once you capable to strengthen it, bring more and more and more energy to that continuation of the observation with your mindful experience, you start to recognize the whatever that you know change moment by moment, moment by moment, impermanence, unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness. With all the names and forms, that all the perception we perceive related to our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that everything arising, passing, arising, passing. But there is another wisdom arise to you. Even though that what you know change, the knowing ability or the knowing skill, the knower, not change. The knowing not change, but what you know change all the time. So once you come to that, it's kind of like a liberation. It's kind of like you become free from this conventional, conditional world, from these names and forms. And then you are capable to observe it, experience it, without becoming part of it. So that is where the simply knowing and continuous mindfulness bound together. And that is where your practice is going to become more strong solid. So that it will take you to deeper to experience and to develop it to a vipassana level, to come to very critical, analytical, deeper understanding. So from the beginning, you used to observe not too close, not too far. But now you are ready to do something. What is that? That is, you go into that what you know. You are capable to go into the middle of the experience rather than outside of it. To very core level, you are capable to go into the very epicenter of your experience. And that is where you recognize the cause and effect create this experience. And in that very center, you recognize that any experience itself doesn't have a self. It doesn't have any self-centered boundaries, relationship. It related to cause and effect. And that is where deeply that you come out of the idea of self. It's kind of like you release from the cocoon. But at the same time, you have to remember, you cannot do it. It's a process, it's happening. So only thing is, just let it happen. And that's why the practice is very necessary to just move forward without preconditioned mind. This whole guidance will help you to settle down and give the trust and confidence to get into practice. As example, when the butterfly come out of the cocoon, the butterfly itself doesn't have any idea that he going to become a butterfly. It's going to become a butterfly. No, it being in the process and comfortable and just allow that process to unfold. That is where the butterfly comes. So same like when it comes to meditation, always you have to remember when you sit, when you practice, even when you read a book, and even when you watch a movie, even when you listen to a song, or even in day-to-day life, even when you move to your next conventional world, to your next event or next thing, even for your tomorrow, try to apply. Just be with it. Bear knowing, rather than bringing your preconditioned mind to forward. So it is a skill. That is where your deeper understanding allow you to accept things as it is. And that is where you gain the undisturbed mind. And once you have that undisturbed mind, you are capable to see things very clearly as it is. And that is where you are capable to understand deeply from where this come, how this come, why this happen, how things come to be as they are. So that is where you can change it, because now you know the mechanism. Now you know from where this comes. So that is how you can find the freedom. So then let it arise from you. Only thing is, when it comes to practice, as I mentioned from the beginning, don't be hurry, don't be too close, don't be too far, and bring the energy and be with your awareness and expand the duration. Expand the duration with the simply bare mind. And then from that point, continue your mindfulness. Continue your mindfulness. And then that what you know, you will see always change. But the knower always there, not affected by what you know. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So be comfortable with your posture and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes and mentally recite to yourself, may I be well and happy, O Sopatreva, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So from the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. So when it happens, as I mentioned from the beginning, just observe it as it is. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Namaste, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma anudhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.